Welcome then to another episode of Not Too Grand. This time back with the ZX Project Spectrum, and today is a big one. This is the episode that many of you have all been waiting for. The one where we paint the car. It's got a new cam belt, it's got new wheels, new tyres, new brakes, fully serviced, MOT'd obviously, because I'm driving it on the road, and that would be naughty if it didn't. Now all we've got to do is make it look better. I have already taken off some of the older paint, so that was fun for my spine, because the horrible gloss flames that were on the bonnet didn't want to come off. But some of the prep work has been done. We've still got a lot more to do. A lot of sanding, a lot of finishing, a lot of making it nice before we throw the paint on. But we've got a garage. We're going back to Rich's, who you may remember from the last video where we did the cam belt. He's got a big garage, so he's been kind enough to let us use that for a couple of days. So that's where we're going now, and then we'll get the car in there, get it cleaned off, get some sanding done, fire up the old DA, and then we'll bust out the paint, and hopefully at the end of it we'll have a presentable car. Fundamentally though, can't make it look any worse, can we? So what are we painting the car with? Well, we've got lots of U-Pol etch primer. We will be needing that, and then we're just going back to black, and we're using this, which is Montana White, although as the top would illustrate, it's black. Montana White being the brand. This is, interestingly, a graffiti paint, but it's effectively a one-stage paint. You just put it on, it's quite glossy. I've done a bit of the rear quarter here, and it's come up all right. I've done the grille, and that came up all right. So I've got 10 cans of this. It goes on quite well. Got some different nozzles for different spray widths and patterns and what have you, to see what works best. But it's just a case of prime it where we go down to the metal, get it nice and smooth, and then hit it with this. So it should be a relatively quick job. But as I said earlier in the car, fundamentally, we ain't going to make it look any worse. So we need to do some sexy time lapse now, and then we'll crack on and make some paint happen, get it back in black. If I could afford the usage rights, I'd use a little excerpt of AC/DC right now, but I'm a poor man, I drive a free Citroën, so I can't do that, sorry. So this wing's nearly there, just got to take that badge off and do that little bit down there. That paint, that gloss paint, was like bitumen, just doesn't want to come off, but it'll get there. And because hashtag chirp and hashtag burb, as per my induction kit, Rich, whose garage we're using, is fitting a cherry bomb, which I'm very happy about, because blah! Well, there's a problem. The DA, well, the orbital I should say, has died because it's just melted the backing pad. And so those massive holes there, that's where those little screws should be. So that's the end of that. ZX is sanded. Took a while, didn't it, Rich?
Did. We're there.
Yeah, smooth now. Smooth. Many different shades of grey and black. So now we're going to wipe the car down. We've blown the dust off it. Well, I say we. I held the door open and Rich blew the dust off it with a compressor. He doesn't have massive lungs, as far as I know. Do you?
Not that I'm aware.
So now we're going to wipe it down, treat it, and then we're going to mask it up and throw some primer at it and then paint it. And we'll see what happens. It can't look any worse, which is the underlying theme of this video. I've got some crazy tufty hair. Rich is in there trying to make a radio control tank do radio control tank things. I'm sat here literally watching paint dry just over there. The ZX is in primer and we're just waiting for it to dry because there's not a lot we can do until it does. Once it's dry we'll give it a check over, maybe a bit of wet and dry, we'll have to see. And then it's top coat time. And it's exciting, it's looking good in primer already. Obviously the car's not mint, but it's a 25-year-old Citroën with 100,000 miles on the clock, so what do you expect? I think it's going to look excellent when it's done. So, yeah, that's good. All I need to do now is think of some merch like this, but with the ZX on. But if you like this, we've just changed the shirts and changed the print, and it's really, really good. So have a look on not2grand.com, link below. You know, your sales help us, so that's good. Right, I'm going to go back to watching paint dry, literally. And in the next clip, we'll be putting the colour on, which is exciting. It'll be an actual usable car again at that point. All one colour, no silly flames. It'll be quite the transformation. So this is what we're painting the car with. This is Montana White, but that's the brand name, as you can tell from the colour of the cap there. It's actually black. It is a single stage paint in effect, so there's no need to clear it. Now Rich, who's helping me today, has painted his little Mazda with this in a sort of turquoisey colour, and it's held up really well. This lot I got 12 cans and this lot cost like 35 quid, so no, 40 quid. So this is a cheap way to paint the car, if indeed there is enough to paint the car. There should be. This box was dropped on its head by Royal Mail because they're utterly bloody useless, so all the tops are smashed, but it's alright because I bought some different tester nozzles, so we'll chuck those on in a minute, and yeah, we'll get the car back in one colour. And just like that, the car was painted. Of course, these are shots of the car still with its flames, just as a reminder to show you just how bad the car was when I got it. It's come a long way. It's been mechanically overhauled, new timing belt, complete service, new plugs, leads, fluids, new brakes, new wheels from a Berlingo, new tyres courtesy of Falcon, fully cleaned up inside, new stereo, and now it has the paint. Is it a perfect job? No, there are still runs, there are still imperfections, but it's all one colour, and that makes the car infinitely more usable. Flames are good on a banger alley. They're less fun when you're trying to go to Aldi, because children just point and laugh and it gets all the wrong kinds of attention. Now though, it's black, it's one car. I'm really happy with the result. The bonnet is a bit of a mess because the bonnet is dented and needs replacing really, but it doesn't matter. It's all one colour and it's amazing for it. If you want to have a go at painting a car yourself, I would recommend it. Obviously not on a show car, but certainly on something cheap, something that you can have a bit of fun with. It's well worth it. So hope you've enjoyed this video, and until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that stuff that YouTube likes, and we'll see you in a future video.